Medics are meant to treat wounds, not charge into combat. Keep your head down and out of the line, a SEAL bellowed over the deafening gunfire. A lean young woman, slight in build, clutched her medical kit like a lifeline as bullets cracked through the air, sending dirt and stone flying. Around her, every SEAL held rifles firm, ready to fire back without hesitation. As the attack grew fiercer, she suddenly let the kit drop to the ground. Her fingers trembled just a little, but her eyes blazed with determination. Dropping to one knee, she pulled a heavy rifle from the dust. The squad instantly froze, lowering their weapons, stunned into silence. The ambush had torn into a supply convoy, guarded by the SEAL team, and that's when Emily Vargas stepped forward, 28 years old, compact and wiry, brown hair tied tight, her worn uniform marked with a medic patch on the sleeve. Emily was trained to heal, not to fight. Since enlisting, her duties were to respond quickly, patch the injured, and keep them alive. The SEALs had never really respected her. They'd scoff, muttering, "How could someone that small ever carry stretchers? She only slows us down." On long marches, Emily quietly took the toughest load, hauling a 35-pound pack and trailing behind to make sure no one stumbled. When the first shots cracked, enemies came rushing downhill. The SEALs fired back immediately. Emily clung to her kit, dragging the wounded into cover. Blood streaked her hands, yet her gaze never wavered. One young SEAL, panicked and angry, shouted for her to stay back. "This is battle, not your place." Emily said nothing, bowing her head as she pressed into a man's bleeding side. Others cast harsh looks her way. To them she seemed fragile, swallowed up by chaos, a medic pretending she belonged in real war. "She'll fold once the pressure hits," one sneered. Medics always do when the fight turns brutal. Yet Emily moved with calm precision, sorting injuries fast, treating the worst first, working with steady care as bullets tore past. A sergeant, bleeding from shrapnel, watched her wrap his arm. "You've done this before, Doc." Emily's hands never faltered. "Some," she replied as she tied the bandage and hurried to another casualty. "Enough," the sergeant muttered, studying her with new eyes. Her steady demeanor clashed with her slight frame and soft-spoken presence. As the clash grew heavier, Emily darted swiftly among the fallen. It was as if she anticipated where the next man would drop, already on the move to reach him. A veteran SEAL watching her caught something unusual. She doesn't even flinch under fire. Even hardened fighters duck when bullets snap past. Emily moved like someone who had endured countless firefights. Her concentration was razor-sharp, her timing unnervingly perfect. Her nerves were far too steady. Another SEAL, jamming in a fresh magazine, barked out, "Doc, keep your head down. You're a target." Emily shot back instantly. "I know exactly where they're firing from." The SEAL stiffened. How could she know that? Emily gave no reply, only kept moving. Each step was measured, never reckless, never lingering exposed while shots poured in. Yet she never hesitated if someone needed help. One wounded corpsman, long used to medics, studied her carefully. "Ma'am, where'd you pick up trauma care?" "Medical school," Emily answered. But her skill revealed training far deeper. This wasn't textbook work. This was battlefield surgery. Emily stayed silent, still intent on her task. While the firefight raged, she carved out a pocket of control. Behind the rocks, she built a field station, supplies stacked with soldierly order. A clear triage zone was marked. A bleeding lieutenant, clutching his side, grabbed her sleeve. "Are you just a medic?" Emily met his gaze, her voice unwavering. "Today, I'm whatever you need me to be." The lieutenant searched her eyes, catching a glimpse of something buried deeper. Experience beyond her record. As the gunfire intensified, one SEAL roared in anger. "We need air support now. We're pinned in." Emily lifted her head from a casualty, scanning the chaos with an almost uncanny tactical focus. Radios were dead. The team leader shouted, "We're on our own." Emily's eyes shifted slightly, as if she was weighing options no one else could see. A veteran remembered later, "I saw blood streaking her face." Instead of panic, she calmly wiped it away, like she had lived this moment 1,000 times before. I couldn't understand why she stayed composed in such hell. The small woman they had dismissed as a burden was about to reveal exactly who she really was. But first, she had to decide between the medic's bag that marked her duty and the rifle tied to everything she had sworn to leave behind. Enemy fighters pressed in tighter. Bullets sliced the air nonstop. A grenade exploded near Emily, tossing her kit away. She sprinted through the barrage to retrieve it, ignoring the SEAL's frantic yelling. "Are you out of your mind?" She crouched, but her gaze locked onto an old wooden stock rifle on the ground. She paused for a heartbeat, then let her medical pack fall. Both hands clamped firmly around the weapon. That single motion stunned the entire squad. No one believed the quiet medic would ever pick up a gun. A SEAL sergeant scoffed. "Think holding it means you can fire? That rifle weighs more than you." Emily said nothing. She raised it to her shoulder, sighting through the haze of smoke and fire. Moments later, sharp cracks echoed. 3 enemy fighters dropped instantly. The squad froze in absolute silence. Few could process what they had just witnessed. The SEAL leader narrowed his gaze. "That wasn't luck. Who are you really, Vargas?" From there, the signs kept piling up. The way she planted her stance, her trigger discipline, her steady breathing. That grip wasn't from a novice. Murmurs rippled through the team. Had someone already trained her? Emily ignored them, grabbing her medic kit once again and returning to the wounded as if nothing out of the ordinary had happened. Still, her movements with the rifle had been too practiced, too deliberate. The way she judged distance, locked onto targets, managed her breath. That kind of mastery took years. A seasoned sniper slid closer, cautious. "Ma'am, that grouping, where'd you learn to shoot like that?" Emily kept bandaging a soldier's wound. "Basic training." "That's not basic shooting," he muttered. "That's elite marksmanship." Her hands never faltered, though her jaw tightened with strain. The enemy regrouped and surged forward again. This time, Emily didn't pause. She seized the rifle once more, sliding behind cover. Her first shot dropped a gunner over 400 meters away. The next round cut down a hidden marksman who had the squad pinned in place. The leader stared in disbelief. How could you even see him? He was invisible. Emily ejected the casing and chambered the next round. You learn to notice what others miss. When did you gain that skill? Where? She gave no reply, only kept firing with surgical accuracy. Each shot struck clean. No wasted rounds. No reckless exposure. A corpsman tending wounds nearby spotted something else. "Ma'am, you treat injuries like someone seasoned by battlefield trauma. That's not Red Cross training." Emily cinched a bandage tighter. "Experience teaches," she said. "What kind?" She moved quickly to another casualty, sidestepping the question, though the evidence mounted higher. Her medical craft was too advanced. Her instincts too sharp. Her marksmanship far beyond any ordinary medic. When the barrage eased, the leader cornered her. "Vargas, I need truth. Your record says standard medical court, but what I see is something else." Emily checked the rifle's chamber. Sometimes files don't tell the whole story. And what's hidden? Before she could respond, fire roared again. Instantly she shifted, sending cover shots while still guiding treatment. The way she balanced both roles was staggering. She fired, patched wounds, then snapped back on target without missing rhythm. One wounded SEAL whispered, "I've known plenty of medics, none like her." "What do you mean?" "She's directing this fight, triage, tactics, sniper cover, all at once." His buddy looked over at Emily, sealing a chest wound while shouting for covering fire. How's that even possible? A battle-tested SEAL studied her closely. The way she scans, the way she commands the field, only special ops move like that. But she's core. Is she really? As rounds tore past, the truth bled through. Emily seemed to anticipate where reinforcements would hit. She read moves before they came. Her firing points were chosen with perfect calculation. Most telling, she shaped the SEAL defense with sharper skill than many leaders. A staff sergeant, following her calls, realized the truth. "Ma'am, you're not just patching wounds and firing shots. You're running this defense. Emily neither confirmed nor denied. Then came the enemy's fiercest push. Under relentless fire, pieces of her past slipped into view. She flowed between healer and fighter so effortlessly it screamed of training far beyond standard core. Her marksmanship was pure sniper textbook. Her medicine, battlefield surgery. Her vision, tactical and exact. One SEAL said later, in that moment, everything, her stance, her eyes, even her breathing, mirrored the elite snipers I saw in Fallujah. And I knew we had judged her wrong. The woman they called deadweight was about to prove how blind we'd been. But first, the enemy staged their final wave. Emily had to choose, stay hidden or reveal the skills that could keep them alive. The clash exploded in violence. Heavy weapons rolled forward. SEALs fell hard, bleeding. Emily was no longer just a medic. She was dropping targets without pause. And she never missed. A veteran finally spoke up. You're making kills beyond 700 meters with iron sights? That's special forces skill. As the fight worsened, Emily had no choice but to expose herself. The leader pushed her hard. Tell me straight, Vargas. Who are you really? Emily drew a breath, peeled off her gloves, and revealed a faded tattoo on her wrist, the Kraken insignia. The squad froze. Kraken unit. Classified. Long dissolved. Legendary for impossible sniper feats. A SEAL whispered, I saw that mark in restricted files. The 3,200-meter shot no one has beaten. That was you. The air turned from doubt to shock. The squad stood locked in silence. Emily offered a brief explanation. She had once been Kraken's top sniper until a failed mission cost her entire team. Afterward, she walked away, choosing to become a medic because saving lives mattered more than taking them. But now, Worf had forced her hand. The revelation hit the SEALs like a hammer. The fragile medic they had dismissed was in fact one of the deadliest snipers alive. The ghost of Sereth Valley, one whispered. That was your call sign, wasn't it? Emily gave a short nod. Another lifetime. Why keep it secret? Because I never wanted to be her again. But the enemy left me no choice. As the assault intensified, Emily's instincts lit up. She directed the fight with surgical clarity. Every shot she pulled carried intent. Machine gun nest first, she ordered. Then silence the mortar. Save the command post for last. The leader realized she wasn't just suggesting. You're commanding this fight. Someone has to, she replied. The change was staggering. The quiet medic was gone. In her place stood a calm, precise leader, the sharpest shooter they had ever seen. Her medical background only made her more lethal. She knew exactly where to place rounds for instant effect. Anatomy turned her aim into precision. One shot, one result. A wounded SEAL whispered, How many kills are on your record? Emily gave no response. Her accuracy answered for her. As the battle roared, her legend surfaced. The SEALs muttered stories. Impossible missions. Records dismissed as myth. The Mosul rescue, where one sniper shielded a team from 2 kilometers. That was you. The Fallujah siege, where a single shot held off a company for hours. That was you. Emily kept firing. I told you that was another lifetime. Yet her skill hadn't faded. If anything, medicine had honed it sharper. She knew exactly what damage every bullet inflicted, how to wound instead of kill if she chose. Why did you walk away? The leader asked. Emily paused, her voice heavy with years of regret. Because I was too good at killing and not good enough at saving my team. The irony cut like a blade. She had quit special ops because she failed to protect her own. Now she was rescuing another unit with the same lethal hands. One SEAL who had doubted her crawled close. Ma'am, I owe you an apology. We all do. Apologies don't win battles, Emily said, firing off another precise shot, focus on survival. Emily's coordination was flawless. She directed fire, rationed ammunition, guided movement, all while never breaking her deadly aim. The enemy, realizing who she was, began targeting her. They know there's a sniper, one SEAL muttered. They're locking onto you. Good, Emily answered. That means they're not shooting at you. She shifted to a fresh position, moving with the ease of someone forged in endless firefights. Her new perch was perfect, clear sight lines, quick exits, strong cover. The SEALs watched in awe as she turned the entire battle on her own. Her shots destroyed enemy strong points, broke their cohesion, and forced them back. How could command ever let you go? A corpsman asked. They didn't, Emily replied, ejecting a casing. I walked away. Why? Because I believed saving lives was nobler than ending them. She studied her sights again. Sometimes you take lives only to protect them. Her shooting was art, steady breath, smooth pull, flawless follow-through. Each round landed with perfect rhythm. A veteran sniper shook his head in disbelief. I've never seen anything like this. You're not just hitting targets, you're composing a symphony of war. It's not destruction, Emily whispered. It's protection. The enemy's assault collapsed. Their leader gone. Heavy weapons destroyed. Their line shattered. All undone by the woman once dismissed as deadweight, now revealed as one of the most formidable warriors alive. The SEAL commander, watching her, understood something greater. You didn't just save us, you saved the mission, the honor, everything. Emily kept her eye to the scope. That's what medics do. We keep men alive. But you're no ordinary medic. Today I am, she replied. Tomorrow I'll return to saving lives instead of ending them. As the enemy fled, the SEALs looked at Emily with reverence. She had shown skills beyond belief, rescued men who seemed lost, and done it with the same quiet grace they once mocked as weakness. The woman they doubted had just taught them the hardest lesson of their careers. Never measure worth by size, by role, or by silence. Some heroes hide in plain sight, waiting for their moment. Under Emily's unseen command, the SEALs rallied, cleared nests, opened escape lanes, and carved ground for reinforcements. When one SEAL fell badly wounded, Emily fired while crawling to him, dragging him into cover under relentless fire. Once the field was secure, the leader approached, his voice thick with emotion. We owe you our lives. Emily shook her head. Don't remember me as a sniper. Remember me as the one who kept your men breathing. Emily slung her kit and walked away, leaving the squad staring in silence and awe. Their change was instant and complete. Men who once mocked her now looked with reverence. The story rippled through military circles. The quiet medic at Forward Operating Base Delta was in truth one of the most decorated snipers alive. But Emily never spoke of it. She returned to her duties, tending minor injuries, filling reports, stacking supplies as if nothing extraordinary had happened. A new medic, fresh to the base, finally asked, Ma'am, is it true what they're saying? About what happened out there. Emily kept sorting supplies. What matters is that good soldiers came home. But the SEALs say you saved the mission by yourself. The SEALs saved it, Emily corrected. I only gave medical aid. The young medic studied her, struggling to match the quiet woman with the whispered legend. Later that night, the commander found her at her desk. Can we talk? Emily looked up calmly. What do you need, sir? I want to apologize for how we treated you, for the things we said. No apology is needed. You didn't know. But we should have, he pressed. We should have seen. Respected. Emily cut him off gently. You treated me exactly how I wished, to be seen as a medic, not a weapon. The leader sat across from her. Why did you really leave special operations? Emily sat in silence for a long while. Because I grew tired of being used only as a weapon. I wanted to be someone's salvation. And today I had to be both. A week later, a formal ceremony was planned. Emily refused to attend. The honor belongs to the SEALs who fought, she said. I only did my duty. Yet her impact on the squad could not be denied. The same man who once ridiculed her now sought her counsel. Not only in medicine, but in tactics, in leadership, in what it truly meant to serve with honor. One sergeant, once her harshest critic, came quietly to her. Ma'am, I need to admit something. I was wrong about you. Completely wrong. You weren't wrong, Emily replied softly. You just didn't know the whole truth. How do you manage it? How do you stay so humble after everything? Emily paused her work. Victories don't define us, she said. Our choices do. And every day I choose to heal, not to kill. But today, when no other option remained, I chose to defend my team. That's what medics do. The sergeant shook his head. You're more than a medic. Yes, I am, Emily replied firmly. Everything else is only the past. Months later, fresh recruits arriving at Iron Haven heard whispers during orientation. See that quiet woman in the infirmary? She once saved an entire SEAL team alone. Show respect. Watch carefully. And remember, not every hero announces who they are. Emily never heard those whispers. She was too busy, treating small injuries, training new medics, quietly preparing for the next storm, because she had learned the greatest truth of all. Real strength isn't measured by what you can destroy. It's defined by what you choose to protect. And every day, Emily chose protection over harm, even if it meant using skills she long tried to bury. The small woman once dismissed had proven that heroes often come in unlikely forms. And the most dangerous person in the room can be the one who seems least threatening. If you believe someone underestimated can rise to change everything, type I believe. Emily's story wasn't just about surviving one ambush. It was a reminder that the overlooked often hold power beyond what we imagine. Emily chose to heal, but when the moment demanded, she stood to shield her entire squad. The SEALs who once mocked her now bowed their heads in respect. The lesson? Never judge worth by appearance or by role. Everyone carries a story. Hidden strength waiting for the right moment. Emily could have used her record for recognition, for elite posts, for easier assignments. Instead, she stayed quiet, letting others underestimate her, until her skills became essential. How many people like Emily cross your path each day? Quiet heroes with unseen talents waiting for the moment they're needed most. The janitor spotting flaws in security no one else notices. The assistant solving problems managers can't. The nurse making life or death calls with steady hands. The teacher sparking belief in students who doubt themselves. These people don't boast. They don't demand attention. They prepare. They practice. And they wait for the moment to make the difference. Emily's message is clear. True strength isn't demanding respect. It's earning it when it matters. The SEALs learned that truth the hard way. The one dismissed. The one ignored. The one assumed least valuable might be the one who saves you. Judge slowly. Respect quickly. Honor those who serve quietly. Because when everything falls apart, when hope seems gone, when survival hangs by a thread, it may be the smallest figure in the room who becomes the greatest hero. Emily never needed recognition to prove herself. She proved it by choosing protection, even when it meant returning to a past she had buried. The next time you see someone overlooked, someone quiet, someone hiding their true strength, remember her story. They may be the one you'll need most when the world collapses. If you believe in stories that strike the heart, leave a comment. And don't forget to subscribe to Captain Joe's Stories. We share the stories that deserve to be remembered. Real people, real courage, not factory-made content.